Hey guys, it's Lee here from Andertons. I'm with Simon, or Jake as I like to call him, who's the Fender Custom Shop guy in the UK, and some of you all know Jake because if you've ever tried to order a custom shop guitar, we invariably have to get his permission to actually work out how much it's going to cost or anything. And now, custom shop, there's kind of like, as you would expect with a custom shop, there's not really sort of new stuff in that you can kind of do whatever you like in the custom shop, can't you? But there's sort of interesting things. So, yes, there's a beautiful shot of some very worn-looking guitars. Tell us about those.
Well, what we have here is essentially the colour wall, which is done every year at the Namm show. It has been done for many years now. All of these represent the key custom colours, principally from the 1960s. But features a finish that used to happen in the days when production was manipulated to suit the demand. So all these guitars are originally painted sunburst, and what would have happened in the day was that if there was a requirement, suddenly there was an order for, say, Olympic white, they would spray them over. And then as years go by and they wear and people play them, all of a sudden the sunburst would appear from underneath.
I must admit, I always thought that the coloured over finishes was a bit sort of, not, what's the right word? Contrived in that it almost, the idea was that you would have had a sunburst guitar and then at some point in the future you'd have refinished. So genuinely Fender would have finished them in sunburst, and then if they ran out of white ones they would just respray them in white.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. So they're those.
Yes.
You mentioned there's some very cool Telecasters somewhere down here.
Yes, these are Telecasters with Akomi bodies, which is essentially a sort of mahogany-like wood, but fitted with TV Jones pickup. So we have dual TV Jones here with a Bixby, which is obviously rocking a little bit of a Gretsch vibe on it, and the same thing without the Bixby, so a much more sort of slab-bodied thing. I think in the last couple of years, probably my favourite thing that I've heard have been Fenders and Gibsons, where they're now loading them up with the Gretsch, the TV Jones pickup. Absolutely.
It's just, you're constantly, I think if you're a guitar player and you just want to add guitars to your collection, you want something that's different, don't you? And so much of the time it's not really different, is it? But tonally speaking, that is a wicked sounding combination, isn't it?
It came through for me when they first did the Cabronitas, which was a flat body telly rear loaded. The one with the single Powertron in the bridge, I tried it out through a vintage rig, and it was the most monstrous sound you've ever heard.
Brilliant sound.
Thunderous.
We've got some other crazy tops here as well, haven't we? I don't know what that's made from. Some sort of spalted something. Buckeye Burl top. Buckeye Burl top,
Yeah, and obviously book match, so it's almost like a splatter, isn't it?
It's like one of those things when you see a psychiatrist, they show you a shape. Say, what do you think of that? Yeah. You look at that and go,
what can you see in that?
I see a moon behind the clouds.
Yeah, I see a moon. Yeah,
there you go. Good. Maybe we're normal. What do you see in that one?
Oh,
Pebble Dash. After a Vindaloo.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go this way. What have we got? Is this kind of just examples of what can be done if you just want to do it?
Every year, the master builder has given a certain amount of free rein to come up with examples of, as you say, what can be done, what inventiveness they can reapply to Strats and Tellys to create something which is borderline art, as opposed to just merely a functional guitar. Yeah. I mean, obviously they're all fully functional guitars, but there's a lot of breadth for interpretation, shall we say.
Is there anything new artist-wise in the custom shop? Would you like to see anything this year?
They launched at this year's Namm show. We have the Nile Rodgers Stratocaster, which is over there.
The Hitmaker.
The Hitmaker
Let's go and look at that.
Yeah.
Let's go
just
this
around
way.
the corner. Nile Rodgers Hitmaker, basically. This one's been a long time in gestation. It's been planned for quite a long time. This is a situation where we will do a very short run of instruments based on the artist's original instrument, in this case Nile Rodgers' guitar, which has allegedly played on more hits than anybody can possibly count and made more.
What was it originally?
I'm not entirely sure.
69 Strat doesn't really suggest.
Yeah, but clearly a new neck on it, so...
And this is where it all gets a bit sort of none more bling, doesn't it? So, a lot of demand for this?
Of course, everything here sells. I mean, on the first night of the show, we have this what is effectively an auction of all the confections which the master builders create, and everything generally gets sold out on that evening. For this year's 60th anniversary, 54 Strat in a heavy relic finish, so highly distressed, highly finished off, custom 54 pickups on it, modern frets and modern radius, just to tweak for the modern players, basically.
And if you guys know, of course, I actually own the 50th anniversary one of these, made by Yuri Shishkov 10 years ago.
When he visited your store,
when he visited the store, yeah.
Yes.
And I can honestly say mine's in a lot better condition than that.
Yes.
What's that? That's cool. Is that just another?
Well,
Weird and
yeah,
Wonderful?
it was. I think
Look at that.
built by Dennis. This was made out of a piece of wood that came into the custom shop, which is from an Italian olive tree. Huge original piece of slab. It's about 35 feet long, the original piece of wood. And this was the part that Dennis sort of picked out to work. Obviously, the original sort of the nearly outer part of the bark is still left there, still revealed. But it just makes something that's interesting and different and unusual because he can.
Well, and I think that's the kind of the vibe, isn't it? It's the because you can. Let's have a look. Just a couple more weird and wonderfuls. Again, if you're watching this and think to yourself, do you know what? I've got an idea for a guitar and it looks a bit like that. Give us a call. We'll put you in touch with Jake. And yeah, look at that bad boy.
556 diamonds set into that, a total of 1,007 gems. All the wire work in it, which is gold and platinum, I think, is done by hand. Yuri doesn't believe in computer routing and CNC machines, so those are all individually inlaid by hand.
And what did that set someone back last night?
This is actually not for sale at the moment.
Oh, okay, not for sale.
No. It will, ultimately, it will probably go on sale, but I think it'll be toured as an exhibition piece. And
cool. Double necks for all you Richie Sambora fans out there.
Yeah, that's John Cruise's double neck telly. Magnificent.
Anyway, look, I think that's just about it for Custom Shop. Thank you very much to Jake for taking us around. I've been Lee. I'll see you next time.